Hello everyone, welcome to this OpenBSD installation. So there is a new release of OpenBSD. Let's go to the website openbsd.org. As you can see, the release is 7.6. To download it, just go to download and download the ISO. I downloaded the EMD64 to install on a VM virtual machine. Okay, I can show you here. Downloaded the 7.6. I actually changed the name to, and let's go to the virt manager. I'm going to create a new virtual machine and select the ISO. Here it's not detected, and it's going to say 7.5 because it's not updated yet. Okay, change this to give it 2 gigs of memory and leave 20 gigs for disk space. Change the name to 0.6 and do some more configuration. I'm going to install for UEFI, and I'm going to boot from the CD-ROM and change the CD-ROM from IDE to SATA, and remove the tablet and change this to virt.io so I can have the full resolution and begin the installation. Go full screen. Okay, it booted, so we just need to install it. So capital A, capital E to install, and choose the keyboard layout. Mine is a French keyboard. Select the host name. I'm going to name it open underscore BSD underscore 7.6. 0.6 or 76. Let's name it 76. Okay, network, that's fine. Auto configure, and also auto configure for IPv6. Network, it's done. Root password, which just give it a password. And yes, I want to start SSHD. No. No. We set up a user, just lowercase, and give it a name. Just gonna name it alpha B, and a password for that user, and retype the password again. Okay, I typed it wrong for some reason. And no. Set up the time zone, that's fine. And the disk is SD0. Also, I want to encrypt this installation, so just P. All right. GPT is fine. And type the passphrase. Just type in a short passphrase here. And GPT is fine. Auto layout, I always do that. You can also change that to whatever you want to do with the partitioning, allocation of the sets, it's CD0, yes, and done. And I don't need to verify, and that's it. And you just install in BSD, OpenBSD. Okay, the installation finished. So now we just hit done, and yes, and go to do some configuration, and we need to reboot. Okay, now we need to just reboot. You can type reboot or just hit enter. Okay, let's go full screen, and going to prompt you to type your passphrase. Going to type it. So this is the first boot. So it's going to take a little bit longer than normal boots. So okay, so let's log in as root. Type our password, and there you go. You have successfully installed the OpenBSD. So now I'm going to do some additional configuration, configure the user and permissions, and also I'm going to install the Suckless desktop, you know, DWM, dmenu, and show you how to set up a Zeno DM to start a DWM. Okay, so let's do pkg underscore add, and I'm going to add an editor, text editor. You can add whatever editor you want to use. In my case is Vim. I'm going to select the 6. 6 is no X11 stuff. Okay, now we have an editor. So let's configure doas, which is installed by default. Just etc vim etc doas.conf, and I am going actually to configure it so when I run a command with doas, it does not prompt me to put my password each time I run doas. So permit no pass and the user, and I want to run commands as root. So no pass, that means no password. And okay, we can leave an empty line here. For some reason it makes do as work. So now if I exit out the root user and log in as my username and type my password. Okay, now if I run doas epk, not epk, pkg and add, and I want to add git. Okay, just add that, and as you can see it's running, no problems. Okay, git is now installed. So I'm going to create a directory called Suckless to put all the Suckless utilities in there. cd into Suckless. So now I'm going to clone the repos. So dash depth, because I'm not interested in the whole git history. git.suckless.org/dwm. I want to clone DWM first, and also st, and last is d menu. Okay, if I do that, as you can see, I have d menu, DWM, and st. So let's cd to DWM, and if I do ls, as you can see, so now we have to configure DWM to work with the OpenBSD, or make DWM build on OpenBSD. So just we have to uncomment some lines in the config.mk. As you can see, we have to go to the OpenBSD and just remove the hash from these two lines and save and quit. Okay, now I'm going to run make to build DWM. Okay, it built successfully. So I'm just going to change the font. I'm going to change the font to Terminus, which I'm going to install later. Terminus, and change the size to, let's say, maybe 22, and also change the DWM as well, not DWM but the D menu to Terminus, and save that, quit, and run make, and now let's install it. Do as make install. Okay, we installed it. So let's cd back to st and do the same thing. Uncomment the lines for OpenBSD. As you can see, we have like 5 lines. So just remove the hashtag or the hash symbol, and save that and quit. And I'm going to as well edit the config so I can change the font. Okay, change it to Terminus as well, Terminus, and let's go 28, and save that and quit. And now let's run make to build the st. Okay, now do as make install. Okay, let's cd back to D menu, and do the same thing. Config mk, and let's see if we need to uncomment. Yes, we need to uncomment 2 lines, this one and this one, and save and quit. And let's make, or not make, because I changed the D menu font in DWM's config, so I don't need to do that. So let's just run make, and do as make install. Okay, that's cool. So now we have installed the DWM, D menu, and ST. Now we need to start a way to start those. So I'm going to configure Zeno DM, but you can as well use the Xunit RC. So in this case, I'm going to use Zeno DM. So we need to create first an X session file, .x session. Just create that file, and I'm going to put in it to fix the resolution x render -s and 1920 by 1080 because this is a VM, so the resolution is not going to be set properly. So I'm going to start st, just start it, and exec dwm. Okay, and now we need to enable Zeno DM. So do as rcctl enable Zeno DM. All right, we have enabled Zeno DM. Now we can just reboot or start Zeno DM automatically. I'm just going to reboot, just shut down -r now, or -r now. Need to do that with the do as. Type my passphrase. Okay, as you can see, Zeno DM is started. So now we have to log in as our user, type the password, and start. Okay, I didn't type the password correct. So as you can see, DWM is started, and we have ST, and also we have this X console stuff. Okay, that's cool. We have the menu as well, and let's install as pkg add neofetch. Okay, neofetch. Okay, I need to install the terminus font because I forgot that. Pkg and add terminus font. I want to choose the first option. I'm going to run fc-cache to update the font cache. Okay, close SD and open it again. As you can see, the font is looking good. Okay, so still one thing to do is to get rid of that X console. So just edit one file here with your editor, etc x11 and Zeno DM and X setup, and we are looking for setup underscore 0. So I need to you need to comment this line which has the X console and geometry stuff. Save and quit. Now if I do shutdown and to reboot, so we can check if the X console is still there. Type my passphrase again. Okay, as you can see, there is no X console or anything. So now just log in and type the password and just hit enter, and it's going to start DWM. Okay, that's cool. I think that's it for this video. You can probably do some more configuring and installing some other stuff like browser, some other fonts that you want to use. Okay, and thank you for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. Like if you find this video helpful, and share the video so more people know about this stuff, and see you in the next one.